So
I, you know,
that was a boss.
kind maybe that'll be a thing I'll pop into on stream sometime and just poke around.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. You know what? Not that we have to do this or anything, but it's one of those games where I feel like Baldur's Gate is a fun game if it's for nostalgia. I came in here real quick. If you hit M, you see how you see a lot of the maps unveiled. So this is if we would have kept going through the cave, we would have come to this entrance. So we really don't have to keep going. We've pretty much explored this thing.
All right, we'll head back out
As I
then, or
literally walk forward.
I was gonna say,
But
as we continue to engage the enemy.
yeah, I think as a game, it's one of the Baldur's Gate that is. It's one of the games I really consider like one of the reasons I enjoy games as a hobby still today. And there's other games like Thief, we were just talking about, and there's a few others. It would be really fun, I think personally, to go and do like a very short kind of series exploration of like games that people consider some of the best all time and or are like their personal favorites. Like Dwarf Fortress, I guess, is an example to me. Not a game I've ever played, but many people consider one of the best games ever because of sort of the style of game that it is, where there's no ending. You know, like as a design game and something to play, that's a boss, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's
Okay.
I'm running in and out.
All right. And there's stuff like if you see those like things flying around, the more you dodge, the better. But it would be fun to try different things, just like a 1 or 2 off thing, not like full playthroughs. Like Dwarf Fortress is literally a game no one's ever gonna beat. There's no end game to that. I'm gonna kill this shaman in the back. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, and you know, even say pick Baldur's Gate for example, you can easily beat like the main content in that game, and the side content in that game so dramatically outpaces how long it takes to do.
Yeah.
And that's not counting any of the like add-ons or the expansions or even the thing that just came out like a month ago.
Absolutely. But it'd be fun to like show off. I mean, like especially for us as an example, where people are talking about games that they enjoy or influenced them. Here's a rift we haven't found before, so.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do
to
that.
just
I might
go
even...
and dabble, you know, like, oh, okay, this is this game, this is why I like it, this is, you know, and kind of laugh at, you know, graphics and silly stuff like that.
I might even consider doing a Baldur's Gate playthrough. It would be somewhat minimalistic in the sense that it would only be like the main storyline. Like I'm not going to run through and do 300 hours of content, and it would be the kind of thing where like I would have a plan. I would have looked stuff up and like want to do it in certain orders and stuff like that. But I think it'd still be cool to do.
I do too. I think one of the things I've found, even for games that I don't know that well, people who've watched some of my stuff have joked that like they like to watch other people run in and solve the same stuff that they ran into, so the familiarity of it is like not something they're annoyed by.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
It's sort of like, oh, this guy did it this way, or he ran into this, or literally it could have been like 1-to-1 the same things. It's just, you know, nostalgia. Like I probably would watch somebody play Thief just because I'd be like, I don't want to sit down there and play it myself or anything, but just sort of the whole hilarity of seeing somebody approach stuff differently. Especially like how you and I used to play it. Like 100% gold. It's stupid stuff.
I remember that's one of my childhood memories is we were sitting up in that room. And it was Thief 2, and it was the Angel Watch mission, and you were specifically walking across. There was like a beam that suspended Hammerite like propaganda banners, and you were really nervous about falling off of it.
Nope. Well, the thing about that too that it cracks me up thinking back about that was I didn't know anybody else at the time who had a computer that was playing that. And so that was a game, you know, a lot of people have said that about NES stuff. It's like, you know, why do people know to blow in NES cartridges? You know, like you talked about stuff and it just kind of worked itself out, but that game, that's I think one of the reasons I liked it, because there were so many things you could do or ways you could approach stuff, or give yourself a worse time to try to complete stuff. That level, as an example, was hilarious. It's like, I'm gonna beat this without killing anybody. To do it, I think I gotta go out here in this damn beam.
Yeah, and that thief specifically had not only multiple difficulty levels, but
Yeah.
which like enemy health and different stuff like that. But if you wanted to take the step up on the difficulty level, they also gave you additional objectives and additional like restrictions, which is like, all right, don't knock out any.
Well, yeah. Oh, here's another boss. It's I think it's Jerome, the Lord of Storms.
Gerard.
Jerome.
Jerome is his buddy in the back. He's his hype man. All right, I need to sell some stuff before I run back.
Okay. Oh, you're dead?
Yeah, no, I totally died. Don't mind me.
I remember playing that though too, where like, God, was it when did you get claws? Like that was I didn't like that. Like the thing that you couldn't use rope arrows anymore. Maybe it was the third
that was
one.
Thief 3, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember playing it where I was like, no, I'm gonna be old school about this, and play it where you can only use just minimal stuff, like barely use your equipment at all.
Yeah, I mean, and I remember just some real, like, dumbass stuff. I remember in Thief 2, in the bank mission, which incidentally is one of the only maybe the only mission in either of the original two Thief games that doesn't have a loot requirement on it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of wooden rooms in there,
Yeah.
and it was a very open air building, and like you try and get from room to room, and I would end up making these like chains of rope arrows and going on and like trying to pull them out from behind me. So
Yeah. Oh God, I remember that. Yeah, because I was such a loot whore playing that. Like, I barely spent any money, and I do remember that because you could reuse those. Oh man, so good.
Okay, I've become totally lost.
That's one game. I'll come outside. It might help a little bit. It's one game I kind of wish people, because there's some older games that people kind of picked up and remodded or kept going. Like there's communities for it. That's one that modding would have been a huge deal for that game. Just
well, it was
being able to create
part
levels.
Of the community.
Yeah.
But I think that may have been somewhat ahead of its time.
Yeah, I do too.
Not that it like.
Well, it's a game
not
like.
that it invented that or anything. But...
No. But I mean, I think most people who've played that. Oh wow, here's another really great acid poison spirit dagger. I think people have played that though. Can you see me on the map? Yeah, there I see you.
Yeah.
So if you come north, yeah, you could probably see me now if you hit him.
Yeah, I also level up, so I was trying to do my level up stuff.
I know a lot of like PC reviewers and folks like that, they regard it as really very highly, but it's just one of those things. I do think it actually influenced like stealth games, Metal Gear, like the way Metal Gear Solid and some of those other games have worked themselves out. Like when people are like, "This is the best stealth blah 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 game ever," I'm like, not really.
Let me tell you something. Now you, of course, being a Thief fan, did not play the fourth one, the new one.
No, I didn't. I guess I'm lucky in the sense that it never actually would install for some reason.
Yeah.
But that was like the first week when it was completely broke as shit, and it pissed me off. And then people started playing it, and they were just completely devastated at how poorly it went. You definitely want to click on your gravestone too. You'll get your experience back.
Oh yeah.
It's right behind you.
Yeah.
Outside of that pool of blood.
I'm just continually trying to dump stuff out of my inventory that I don't
you can just go back and sell. Just take the rift and go back to town and sell real quick. What the hell are you keeping in your bags?
Well, it's like I don't want to take up stream time going through the stuff. So.
Oh, I know.
All right, that's fine. Whatever. I haven't. Oh, you did. Oh, you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
What was the specific thing you wanted me to pick up?
I had a dagger, but if you already have that green one, you're fine.
Yeah, I have a green one.
I have this offhand. This might be good for you. It's the bone of the owl. The shrewd ruined bone of the owl.
Okay.
Put
yeah, that's not
more
bad.
prefixes and suffixes on it. Ruined bone of the owl. A vengeful spirits of eagles flying across America.
Across the night
Ah.
sky. All right, so why are we in this cave?
I don't know.
So speaking of stealth gaming and stealth gaming done well, you played Dishonored, and I think we both really enjoyed that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I would say of any game, since we're still on the thief track, of any game, that would be a very interesting way to parallel the two. Is if we or if anybody ever played sort of games to say like, hey, these are some of my favorite games all time. I think they're influential, like not just to me, but to the way games have been designed since.
Yeah.
It would be very fun to play Thief, or at least to show it, and then to say, okay, the people who made Dishonored basically all but said, we loved Thief. This is what we made.
This is like a modern...
this is our homage to Thief, and people
Yeah.
would understand, especially if they never played the game in the 90s,
Right.
why Thief is so highly regarded and see the similarities. Because I think Dishonored is superior to Thief. As much as I like Thief, I think Dishonored is
Dishonored
the
also has,
best
like,
right now because it has, like you were describing, so many ways to approach stuff and so many ways to play the game.
I don't know if it's a perfect comparison because Dishonored gets like 15 years on Thief for overall game design choices, but yeah, I mean, I think they're both amazing. I've
played Dishonored. Like the first time I played it was just the like I'm just trying to figure out what's going on kind of thing. And ooh, watch out for that guy. And then more recently, I want to say within the last 6 months or so, there's a boss. It's not Jamal anymore. It's Primordian, the Forgotten One. He how's he doing? Oh, he's all frost stuff. I replayed it where I played it stealth ghost, meaning played through the entire thing where I'm dead, where I wasn't detected. And I didn't kill anybody, which was a very, very fun challenge. Should have put down...
I'm trying to think which variant of that. I didn't kill anyone version. Unfortunately.
Yeah, doing it ghost was, I think, the harder thing, meaning not being detected. That was very, very hard.
Yeah, unfortunately, the achievement itself on the 360 version for not killing one is notoriously bugged. But I did find my personal accomplishment there.
Yeah, that's
but like, I remember when I was,
played that on 360. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. How do I not know that that was available on 360? I thought that was just PC exclusive.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I believe you. I'm just sort of like shocked just because it seems like it would be rather hard. Are you kiting him?
Sure. That sounds
impressive. Is that
impressive.
Is it a strategic retreat? I'm coming.
It's a strategic.
I was just looking at the map. I just saw you coming. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, here you go. Whoa, he's still on you. Oh my god.
Yeah,
frozen.
I was gonna say what I was gonna say was I don't even know if it debuted on PC or if they ported it over.
I don't know either. I'm gonna try to face him so you don't get nailed by too much here.
Are you? Did you play both of the story DLCs for that?
Yeah. Okay. God, what was the guy's name?
Dowd.
Dowd. Yeah. I did not like him when I beat the game originally, and then started playing him when that came out pretty quick. I didn't like him because he didn't match the playstyle like that I was going with the first time I played it, which was very. As a good guy. Well, as a good guy, like, you know, I kind of assume that the little girl, you're actually her father. I just assumed that, just based off all the little things going on in the story.
Right.
Whether that's true or not, I think everybody sort of debates that or thinks differently, different way. But, are you dead? Shit.
I just got told there.
But I'm gonna kite him. I'm just standing there, just taking everything, just popping pots endlessly. God, this fucking guy, he just keeps casting so much shit. So I didn't like Dowd at first because of this playstyle was so different. Like, I felt I was wrong. I felt like you had to play him in a very vengeful way and, you know, as a true assassin. And so when I picked it up again later and I replayed after I'd played Ghost and I played him in that way where I was like, well, I'm gonna play him where he's not out for vengeance and he's trying to redeem himself and he does feel guilt and
Yeah,
I just
he's like making different choices.
he's making conscious choices in the way that the trickster god would show up and not to ruin everything for people. He just behaved differently. I killed Donkey Kong up here. There's a sweet amulet here for you too.
I'm still trying to figure out where you're at.
So if you go to the, which portal is it? If you go to the rift that is in the Foggy Bay.
I don't know if I'm in the right cave entrance.
Here, I'll come out in just a second. I'm just gonna grab all this shit on the ground and then run out there.
Okay, well I'm in the cave now. I might actually.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, yeah. Hit M, and just you can keep it open and keep moving. So I liked him the second time because I played him with a level of regret, and I thought it went really well. Like I thought that made a lot more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I replayed it again instant, like as soon as I beat it the first time, which I really liked it. And I played him the opposite. And I just was like, this game is so good because not only is it dialogue changes, but just the way the world looks and feels and the way his attitude is towards stuff, so different. It was just like, man, this game is really good. All right, here's your body, by the way.
Oh yeah, I need to remember.
I'm gonna go up and get mine real quick while we're chatting. But yeah, I really liked it. The second one was the witch one, correct?
The Brigmore Witches.
Yeah. I thought that was really well done too. The ending of that I liked a lot.
Multiple ways to do that too.
Yep. I played all three of those, which seems odd, but as Ghost. So no kills, no detection. So to beat the game with no detection was incredible.
I bet.
It was, or to beat the second expansion. I'm sorry, the witches. Do you remember how you approached that at all?
Like the final encounter?
Yeah. There's a altar here. So if we click on it, I think we're gonna get guys. Or we're gonna get loot. We got loot.
Yeah, because you're in like that light plot spoilers for the ending of the second DLC of Dishonored, the Brigmore Witches.
What a year? It's been like 4 years. It's been not even 4 years.
That's everybody has their fair warning.
Yeah.
Do I care about any of this stuff in particular?
You probably don't. Like at this point, I would. If anything says poison and acid, look at it. Other than that, no. Don't even bother.
Alright, that's fine. Anyway, you, like, go into this weird, like, void space, and you're stalking around, and this witch has created, like, projections of herself, and, well, I mean, you're the one who did it, so you can go ahead and tell the story.
Well, for me, the way I approached it, I'm too low item level. People are probably looking at my gear like, what the hell is he doing? Stop clicking on that. Where she's a witch, but she also paints. And so she's trying to basically, well, I won't ruin her motivation is one thing, but anyways, so she's painting a picture at the end. And it's
literally.
Yeah, and it's a magical picture. And so for me, I basically had to trick her to go into her own picture. So that I had to do like a sound thing to get her to like kind of like do an attack kind of thing and basically force her hand so that she, in essence, kills herself. She goes into her own like void world. Like, but she's like running around like, who is it? Where are you? And I'm like thinking, just for God's sakes, don't detect me. I'm gonna beat this game. No detection.
Yeah, that must be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like, because you can pick different sort of magical abilities, I guess is the easiest way to describe it. Those sort of tattoos you have. If I hadn't had certain ones, like the blink upgrades and stuff like that, it would have been, I don't even know what I would have done.
Well, in Dowd has like they're not all different, but some of them are very distinct from Corvo. Like you get assassins, don't you? If I remember right. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I think there's only 8 people in the world that the outsider has given
that's right. I remember him saying
and Dowd is another one, and he's had them for longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely played him as like this kind of mercenary assassin guy. So I spec'd into a lot of the combat ones, like
Uh-huh.
um, summoning the assassins, because that's like how you start the game out, right? Is
Yeah.
you're doing your job, and Dowd shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I'm a master assassin," and he has like he has like 3 or 4 different abilities, and I'm like, "All right, well, I'll do those. Those are cool."
Well, didn't I thought you beat it in like a different way, meaning like you played the regular game where, or I know there's achievements for it where you don't get certain abilities, like you don't take those blinks.
Yeah, so I did I think
That's
three different
crazy.
things. I did 3 different things. One of them was there is an alternate way to like not kill everybody, but that still resolves the mission.
Mhm.
Most of which are honestly more horrific than just outright killing them. Well, like one of them, like again, spoilers. The Pendleton brothers are
Oh yeah.
who you need to eliminate.
The dudes
The
in
way
the
you
whorehouse.
Yeah. If you don't kill them, what you do is you abduct them, you shave their heads and cut out their tongues, and you sell them to their
Oh
own
yeah,
slave mines.
yeah. I did that one. I remember that one because I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so back to this just for a second. So we're in the Foggy Bank. So if you hit M real quick,
Hmm.
you'll probably see a little star. It says flooded passage entrance. If you hit local map below, in that mini window you have popped up
Hmm.
to see where we're at, sort of in the big picture, we're kind of getting close to Burwich now.
Yeah, we're up in the Foggy Bank.
Yeah. So we're gonna have 2 options here. Either we fix the bridge, which is gonna cost us 3 scrap and 5,000 iron, which I'm looking to see if I have enough. I do have enough.
I have 7,000.
Or we can go through the passage. I say I'm just gonna repair the bridge, just for
Yeah,
purpose.
Then
And
the second way I did it was what the achievement you mentioned, Flesh and Steel, which for whatever godforsaken reason I did on my first run through, which is you, you buy no power upgrades.
oh my god, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
nuts.
I don't even think you're allowed to upgrade Blink to Blink 2.
Yeah, I that was the one I was like, do I go back and play the game to do this or not? I could decide what to do. I assume you're dead because.
I'm alive.
Oh, you are. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, screw you.
I assumed you're dead because I didn't see you for a second. I was like, where'd it go? Yeah, turn this on. Turning off an ability for some reason.
And the third way I did it was there is a different achievement called, I think it's like enough to slip away on. It has to do with,
Oh,
like,
gold or something?
it has to do with retiring, yeah. So
Yeah.
between
That would be
the
cool.
2 DLCs, you need to... Do I care about this stuff?
I know. I always find myself like in the inventory, like in middle fights. I have another guy who I have a pet. I love him because I just stand there with my inventory open while fights are going on. I'm like, do I want this piece of armor?
Yeah, it's like...
But you get
Anyway.
enough. You basically get enough to retire on. Like you just have to get boatloads of money, right?
Yeah, you need 30. You need to. It doesn't prevent you from buying anything in the mechanical sense. It's just
Yeah.
like the only realistic way to do that is to not spend money, and you need to get. So I'm just not picking up any of these objects. The
We'll go this
realistic-
way. There'll be a break in this story here in a second. We're gonna go this way, and I'll show you. These guys are kind of hard to see, but
And then the realistic way is it 30,000 or 10,000? It's an absurd. It is whatever would be an appropriately absurd amount of gold.
30,000 seems like undoable. 10 even
Okay,
is
then,
quite
then
a
it must be
bit.
10,000.
Because you
Yeah.
really couldn't buy hardly anything then.
Yeah, then so you start getting into like, all right, how much gold is in every single level in both of the
Oh my
deals?
god. Yeah.
And then so I ended up making a spreadsheet, like,
Yeah, you would have to.
and it was pretty impressive, and it was very difficult to do. But I was also going for the low chaos ending, and an
Oh,
important
jeez.
distinction they make. Yeah, an important distinction they make in low chaos ending is it's not that you don't get hurt; it's that you don't kill people, which means you get in a lot of prolonged fights in which you break off and knock people out, like by pulling them off, which is convenient because Dowd can have there's a rune he can get, which is he can knock people out more quickly. But that ended up, instead of being difficult, it was actually very fortunate because you go around the level and you start knocking everybody out. And it's like, okay, I can walk around the level and pick up everything I want to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the hard thing about, that was a big distinction between the play style of killing and then not and doing a ghost, was you had to leave everybody up, so you're constantly re-avoiding people. So this should be Duncan. So,
It is.
okay.
He
So,
wants us to find someone.
yeah, he wants us to find his master, who's also a blacksmith.
Angrim.
Yep.
All right. He went. He wants to field an army to take on the Ethereals.
Pretty good guys, basically.
Yeah, he's the blacksmith, and we're trying to recruit him for Devil's Crossing. And I will accept the quest.
Yep.
There we go.
We'll just want to poke our heads around to the left here. There's another rift that we don't have to fight for. It's just here. So if we want to go back and sell real quick, it's probably a good time to do that.
Gotcha. Another thing I really liked about Dishonored is I enjoyed the character of Sokolov.
Oh yeah, I did too.
He has this very like Rasputin aesthetic look to him, but he's kind of the scientist. He's kind of amoral, but he's not a bad guy. But he's working for the bad guys, and you abduct him at one point. And he's this incredibly intellectual character. He's a very worldly person. He is probably like a genius level intellect, and he is an incredibly talented person. And one of the special things you can do in the game, like one of the bonus ones, is finding all of his paintings, because he's also, in addition to all these other things, an incredible painter. And those are some pretty ridiculous.
I never could find all of them. Like, I know you and I have talked about it in private, and I cannot ever find everything. It's just crazy.
I will tell you why you cannot find all of them. Because there is a hidden one.
Oh, really?
In a level. It's the one, I think, after you've been captured and you... after Dowd abducts you. And you're trying to go get your equipment, and you go back through and you go through the sewers. There's a blocked off sewer grate. The only way to get to that sewer grate is if you have progressed the other side mission of, remember the old woman, Granny?
Yeah, Granny
like
Rags.
Yeah, she's part of the children's fairy tales, but she's also real.
Yep.
And
I'm ready whenever, by the way. I'm just staring at
I didn't actually sell things. I was so excited about my story.
Okay.
Whatever. I'll just continue to not pick things up. Oh, you know what I should do? I should level up for level 9 though, because I didn't get this.
I did like her a lot though. Like I was shocked at how different it was playthrough wise with killing things and not killing things. How even her storyline changes, or if you consciously avoid her, if you know where she's at and you avoid her, how much the world changes as a result of that.
Yeah, and I was trying to think, what's the other side character? The guy who runs the Bottle Street gang?
Oh shit, what is his name? He's got the mustache.
Yep.
Burt Reynolds. Pretty sure.
Yeah, basically Burt Reynolds. If you like progress their side event, it opens up this other event, which I believe has multiple outcomes, but the one I got was she had captured him because he was entered in her territory, and and she was going to cook him alive.
Yeah. I have gotten that one too, yeah.
That's a whole side thing, but if you resolve that, and then you go even further back into her lair, she has one of the Sokolov paintings in her hut.
Because she has a furnace. She's kind of like a lich, isn't she, where you have to put something in the furnace, I thought, to basically kill her.
Yeah, she has like a locket or something that's effectively a phylactery. Anyway.
Name this episode Dishonored spoilers.
So, I had done an entire playthrough just to get the Sokolov paintings, realized, and it was a very efficient playthrough because it was just about getting the paintings, realized I couldn't get to that passageway, had to start over because I had been progressing the other side story, but I did it.
Well, and see, I think that's what it was a result of my playthrough, because when I was playing through it again and doing the ghost run, and the no detection, because I actually avoided her at the first level where you can actually run into her.
Yeah, you can just like walk past her if you want.
You just don't go talk to her. And I did that. And so I get to the part where you would go down that tunnel to go to confront her and, see, her Reynolds and stuff like that. It's walled off.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And I was just like, oh, okay. So I was always annoyed. It's good to know because I was always annoyed by the fact I'm like, why the hell can't I get this damn painting? Well, now
exactly.
I know why.
Yeah. It's because you weren't doing this
it's
totally
I worked.
unrelated thing.
Yeah, I was like, damn it. All right. So the reason we're going up here, this whole time I know we've been fighting goblins. It probably is not really clear on the screen to some people, but these are called Grubbles, but they're goblins.
They're just goblins.
They're just goblins.
I went to the Grubble store and I got my Grubbles.
Grubble genocide.
So
we're going up here because we're trying to find this dude up here.
I assume you. Oh, is this the blacksmith?
This is Ingram. Yeah.
I'm
going to stop you really quick.
Yep.
This isn't like game breaking or anything like that, but these are blacksmiths. They're going to be in Devil's Crossing. You get to choose which of the two you want.
Okay.
Now, Duncan, they both do very similar things. All the recipes you'll find in the world when we get to crafting, both will be able to do this. But they will also have the ability to put different aspects or just accents on armor. Duncan, who's the guy that we found, who's the apprentice, he puts more magical stuff on. This guy does more physical damage type stuff to armor.
Okay,
This guy meaning Ingram. So you get to choose. Do you want him to give you the hammer so that you can give it to Duncan and Duncan becomes the blacksmith, or do you want this guy?
Well, let me ask you this: as an occultist,
Duncan.
Okay.
Duncan. I think Duncan. But
Duncan needs it to help the refugees. Then?
yeah. Yep.
All right. It's time the hammer was passed on.
Yeah, I think that's probably
Okay.
fairly viable.